friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Annki. Thank you so much for watching this video today. As the title and thumbnail says, I am doing a anti-haul. I thought it was kind of fitting. I haven't done any hauls whatsoever on this channel, and there won't be any hauls in the near future either, but in my opinion, for myself, there has been so many boring and crappy releases the last, I would say, 5 months. I don't know how long back I've actually saved up things, but yeah. So I just thought it would be fun to do an anti-haul since I haven't done one on this channel, and it's a long time since I did one and it's a long time since I did one on my old channel as well, so here we are. Also, I did film this look. It's a 2 looks 1 palette with this beauty here. I am duping the vibes of the Gourmand Girls times Doodles by the Bunny and Nightshade palette. It's such a mouthful, seriously, but yeah. I do have a swatch party showing you which shades I have in my palette, and a 2 looks 1 palette, and I will leave the playlist up in the cards if you want to check that out. I love this so much. I wanted the original, but the theme in this video, I ain't got no cash. And for moving, I'm using the LethalCosmetics Chroma Flick in Deep Sea. I also tried for the first time to do a spider web, and it's kind of a disaster. I tried. You have to start somewhere, right? Also, I am affiliated with LethalCosmetics, and you can use my code Annki15 if you want to save a little bit of money. For my waterline, I went in with 2 of the LethalCosmetics Side Effects Gel Liners. This one is in playback and this one is in loop. I don't think these are available on Lethal's site anymore. I don't know why, but... And for my blush today, I'm wearing the LethalCosmetics Shimmer Blush in Floret. Yes, I love Lethal. I love Lethal so much. Spoiler, I have Lethal in this video. For my inner corner highlight and a face highlighter, I'm wearing the LethalCosmetics Iridescent Single Multichrome in Affiliate, and she is so gorgeous. And for my lips, I'm wearing the Pretty Zombie Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick in Haunted, one of my absolute freaking favorites. This video is going to be interesting, right? My plugs are from Love Kills Boutique. My earrings are from Third Eye Studio on Etsy. They don't have any socials, so I will link the earrings. And my nails are Franken nails from Perfectly Nailed. I have mixed and matched 2 sets together from my old sets, so yeah. I will link everything I can link in this video. Some of the links might be affiliate links, and they are marked with a little unicorn emoji. And if you use my links or my codes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I feel like Halloween threw up on my face, and I freaking love it. But anyways, if you want to hear what products I am anti-hauling, then obviously keep on watching. Duh! The first palette I am anti-hauling is the Bella Beaute Bar Recently Deinfluenced palette. This palette is so cute, but there's something about it that makes me not want to get it. I love the 9 shades. What is that to you? Left? Like the purples and stuff like that, but yeah. And for some reason aren't in love with this palette, so I'm anti-hauling it. The next 2 palettes are from Odens Eye and Angelica Nyqvist. I love the first Hela palette. It is so beautiful, and if I had the money, I would get at least the little ghost palette, I think. but they aren't worth breaking my forced no-buy. So next up is the Glamlite Friday the 13th palette. Both the Chucky palette, the Ghostface palette, and this palette. Like, the colors are nice. I do like silvers, grays, red, and stuff like that, but there's nothing special to me about their palettes, about their shadows. I am a duo and multi-chrome hoe, and I simply will not go back to a regular metallic shimmer. I can't. And also, shipping from Glamlite to me is $68. $68! Are you freaking kidding me? No makeup in this world is worth $68 in shipping. I am willing to bet my freaking life on that. I don't think there will ever come out anything makeup related that is worth $68 in shipping. Not from my most favorite brands, thankfully. My favorite brands do not have $68 shipping, but yeah, I could easily dupe this palette if I wanted, because there's nothing special about it. Next up is the Wicked Widow Beauty. Ooh, what is this called again? Oh, what is it called? Graveyard Smash. And that is a collab with Goth Adjacent. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. They also came up with 3 liquid lipsticks. I would love to own those 3 liquid lipsticks, but currently there's nothing else I want to try from Wicked Widow Beauty, so I am not buying them. And I'm not buying the Graveyard Smash palette either. It is a cute palette, but I don't feel I need it. I don't need any makeup, but I don't need it. And an 8 pan is a little bit small for me. My sweet spot is a 12 pan palette. So yeah, not going to buy that. And speaking of my favorite brands, LethalCosmetics came out with water activated liners, and I was so excited, but it turns out that the first launch were all matte shadows. It turned out that the first launch was all matte liners, and if you're new here, prefer the duochrome, multi-chrome, sparkly liners the most, also in water activated liner formula. So I skipped on these as well. I'm very curious to try their formula because I am using Glisten's formula and I love that. But yeah, so the new waterliners from Lethal is a pass. I am praying to the makeup gods that they will come out with shades that I absolutely have to try, because as I said, I love Lethal so much. Also in the same collection, they came out with the 2-Up palette. I love the 1-Up palette, but the 2-Up palette just, it wasn't speaking to me whatsoever. Also, there are only 10 shades. I would like 12 shades at least. So yeah, I decided to skip on that launch, and that is one of very few Lethal launches that I have skipped, so that says a lot. Next up is the Blend Bunny Sickly Sweet palette. This palette is not for me because I am not a pastel shadow lover. I rarely use pastel eyeshadows. I love pastel colors for my waterline and of course inner corner, because the lighter the inner corner the better, but for my actual eyeshadow I just don't vibe with the pastels. It has to be dark skin friendly pastels, like very intense pastels, and this ain't it. I'm still a Blend Bunny Cosmetics virgin, and I think I'm going to stay that way for a long time. I don't know. Next up is the Cosmic Brushes Gothic palette. This palette is beautiful, but it is a monochromatic palette, and I just don't vibe with monochromatic palettes because I feel that all the looks just turns out the same. I need contrast in my looks, and purple is the one color in my single shadow collection that I have the most of, and I'm sure I could dupe the vibes of this pretty easily if I wanted to. So yeah, as I said, it is beautiful, and if it appeared in my life I would be excited to try it, but I just don't want to spend the money that I don't have on that palette. Next up is the ABH Fall Romance palette. I was actually kind of intrigued when they started sneak peeking this, but after I saw the inside I was like, there's too many brownie neutrals for me in this palette. So again, I am still technically I'm a ABH eyeshadow virgin because I use the ABH eye primer. That is the only product from them I have ever tried at all. So yeah, there's a couple of beautiful shades, but the overall palette is just and I have finally tried mattes with sparkle in them, and I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. It just gets everywhere where it's not supposed to. Nope, I don't like it. Next up is the Ofra Cosmetics times Ali Dawson Falling in Love collection. This palette is super cute. It's very fall, and I do love the colors that are in the palette, but again, I have so many single shadows in my collection, and I could dupe the vibes pretty easily if I wanted to. And yeah, and glosses, hate them. Hate. So that was not a collection for me. I'm very happy for Ali. I watch her videos, and I'm very happy for her that she got a collab with a brand she really loves. So yeah, but it's not for me. Next up is the Nomad Cosmetics Ghost Town palette, and she's cute, but there's just something about the palette that makes me not want it. There are too many brownie neutrals for my personal liking, and I'm also a Nomad Cosmetics virgin. And I don't know if I will ever not be, but I am following them and I keep seeing their releases. But the only palette I am sad that I didn't get after all was the Haunted Europe palette, but that is long gone discontinued, so I can't get that anymore. But I wanted to love this palette so much, but I just don't. Next up is the Adept Cosmetics Samarian Sunset. I am a Adept Cosmetics version as well. There is just something that stops me from being interested in this palette. I've watched Heather I watched Heather Austin's videos on it, and I don't know. Adept has beautiful shifty shades as well, so it's not that that's stopping me, but I think it is, even though I love sparkle and shifty shadows so much, I just feel that five matte shadows isn't enough for me. I usually use 3 to 5 mattes in a look, and if I use all the mattes at once, I've kind of created looks I can. But yeah, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, they just doesn't seem to come out with anything that I actually want to try. Next up is another blend by LethalCosmetics, the Forget Me Not palette. I don't want this for my eyes, and I don't want this for my face, because I don't need this huge ass palette for my face. I have one contour that I use every single time I do my makeup, and I have powders to set my face, and I don't use concealer under my eyes. I don't use lighter powders to set the concealer under my eyes. So this palette is completely pointless to me, so I obviously wasn't interested in it. And I don't use these shades on my eyes because that is so boring to me. I have an issue with browns and neutrals. I don't like them. Next up is another Cosmic Brushes palette. This is not in any order, so it will come how it comes, how I've saved them. And it's the Delicious Delights palette. And again, she's beautiful, but there's just something that stopped me from wanting to pick up this palette, and I don't know why. I feel maybe there's too many mattes versus sparkles in this palette. I like either 50-50 or like 50-50 mattes and shimmers, or I like 60 shimmers, 80 mattes. So yeah, I'm very hard to please. I have to be hard to please because, as I said, I don't have a lot of cash I can spend on my passion, so I have to be really picky, and it sucks so bad a lot of the times, but what can I do? Next up is the multi-chrome lip glosses from Bug Glow. If these were not glosses, if they were liquid lipsticks, I would be so intrigued to try some of them. But again, I hate gloss. I cannot stand something that never dries down on my lips whatsoever. I can't. We have sideways rain and wind probably 80% of the year, and hair blowing in my face, and no. I can't deal with that. Next up is the Fantasy Cosmetica, what do you call it? The Fighter palette. I was so excited when they were coming up with another palette. They have since come up with another palette, which I actually bought because the itch was driving me insane and the palette was so freaking gorgeous. Haven't had a tracking update since the 30th of September, and today it's the 12th when I'm filming this, so it's in shipping limbo somewhere, or someone has stolen it or hidden it just to be funny. I don't know. But anyways, this was the launch before the Warlock palette that I bought, and when I saw the inside, I was so disappointed. I was like, really? because I have the Rogue palette as well and I love that so much, and then this came and I'm like, no. I could easily skip this palette, but I love Fantasy Cosmetica and I really hope that my palette will arrive soon, seriously. Next up is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Sugar and Spice palette. This is cute, but again, there was something about it that made me not want to buy it. I love Glaminatrix Cosmetics so much, and the mattes, they were too boring for me. Like, there are a pink and yellow, but they are pastels and I can't. Even though there is a black, I think, in here, but I just, no. I wasn't in love with this color story, so I skipped it. I see we're going back to some really old in the makeup world releases. The next palette I wasn't interested in is from Bug Glow, and that is the Floresta palette. I want to try that brand so much, but the only palette they have come up with that I was interested in was the something pond. I can't remember what it's called, but it was a grungy green and purple color story, and again, I just didn't have the cash, so I couldn't buy it. But yeah, this palette she's cute, but again, there's just something about the palette that makes me not be interested in it. The sparkles look so beautiful, but yeah, I don't know. Next up is a Sugar Drizzle palette, the Plumeria Dragon palette. Again, she's so cute, but it didn't speak to me. And for some reason, the sparkle don't look very shifty. At least not in the palette the picture I'm looking at. But yeah, I don't know. I feel there's too many similar colors in the palette as well, and yeah. I'm also a Sugar Drizzle virgin. I don't know if I will ever pop it, but time will tell. Next up is the Kaleidos Makeup Alma Viva collection. I am very curious to know what is going on with Kaleidos Makeup. I am this close to unfollowing them because they have not come out with anything fun since the Flower Punk palette, and I didn't buy that because it wasn't 100% my vibes. But yeah, this collection is just so freaking boring. I can't. And I was spammed with Kaleidos posts so freaking badly here like a couple of weeks ago. I was scrolling and one post after another was a Kaleidos post, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was just boring things like people swatching their boring liquid lipsticks that I don't like. I don't like the formula. I don't know if there's a difference between the fun, beautiful, dark, grungy colors and the boring, neutrally brown palette colors. But yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on? I swear there were at least 10 posts after another with Kaleidos, and I'm like, but yeah, I'm not vibing with this brand anymore, sadly, and I know a lot of people does, but it might be a brand that I'm not going to buy anything from ever again if this is what they keep releasing. So yeah. And that was it. This video is probably long enough, so I'm going to stop yammering. Okay friends, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a huge thumbs up and maybe share with your friends because that helps me out so much. And please before you go, leave me a little comment. It helps me out so much as well. Let's talk about everything. Do you agree with my opinions on these releases, or have you picked up some of them or a lot of them? I would love to hear if you are loving these products that I'm not interested in. So let's chat down below. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love to have you part of my online family. I do colourful looks like and talk about colourful makeup because that's my style. And if you love color just as much as I do, or you want to get into color, I think you would enjoy my channel. If you're not already following me over on Instagram, I post every other day. I would absolutely love to have you over there as well. It's just makeup by Annki, like here, and it's always linked down in the description box. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye!